Hey, it's Wednesday night and it's time for a Rebel Wrap Up. We're here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We want to thank Pizza Hut for providing our pizza party tonight for our players and coaches. Also, we want to thank Pepsi for providing our drinks. We're here with head coach Jim Pavao of the Fan and Rebels. Also, we're going to have tonight with us quarterback Brad Davis, running back Tyler Collis. We're going to have Daniel Kinser with us and Jack Roper here tonight. So we're excited about this show. These guys are coming off a 22-10 win over Murray last week. Let me start with you, Coach BKP here, Coach Pavao. You got on the W side on an away game. You got the team where you want it to be. You talked last week. We talked last week about how far advanced you already felt this team was. What did you see over in Murray this week?
Yeah, we played. Our guys continue to improve. We played hard. I mean, defensively, I felt we improved in some areas. Our on-field tackling was better. Offensively, took care of the ball and moved the football well. And so I was really pleased with our improvement and the effort and of course the win.
Guys, you're both on offense. You got some good stats this week. You got Brad Davis and Tyler Collis. Thanks for being here. Now, the reality is you opened up the season with a loss. It was a tough one. Okay, it was a tough one. You guys had to go in the locker room first of the last week. Had to start getting it back together. So tell me a little bit about preparing last week and how good it feels to get that W this past week in Murray. Go ahead, you. I want to hear about preparing last week because that's important, what you guys went through to get to that game. Go ahead, Tyler.
Just had to keep your head on a swivel and keep your head straight during practice and just learn that you got to recover from a loss and get ready to play the next game. Just got to be ready play by play. And, I felt like I was ready later on during practice. And, a little shook up at first, but I'm good.
Go ahead, Brad.
Loss is a loss. You can't do nothing about it. You just got to get straight. Go out to practice next week. Learn from your mistakes from last game. Work on them during this week and get ready for the next game.
You went over to Murray. Tell me a little bit about that game, guys. Brad, you were 20 for 25. That's a nice night. Congratulations, 20 for 25. You threw for 168 yards. Tyler, you had 19 carries for 177 yards, 2 TDs. You had a nice offensive night. How did that feel throwing? Were you in a groove the other night?
I just throw the balls, hope the receivers caught them. We worked on it during practice, run the routes 100%, run the plays 100%. We know what it was doing. So I just throw the ball, how I know, hope the receivers catch it.
What were you seeing the other night? Because when you turned it on for 177 yards, you're seeing something. Early in the game, you're starting to see some holes. You're starting to see where you can work during the game. When a guy's got 177 yards, what were you seeing the other night out there?
I was seeing my line blocking for me, my wide receivers blocking for me when I was running stretch plays. I was just running north and south and trying to get as many yards as I could.
But your line was opening up, and I'm glad you said that. Sometimes I like to bring that up, but I just really enjoy when you bring it up when a guy's got a couple hundred yards. It says, you know what, my line was opening it up. Coach, take some of the things these guys are talking about. It's some of the things you guys seen in the last 2 weeks, the scenarios that you can build on.
Yeah, we've got a lot of weapons on offense. Between Tyler running football, Brad throwing the football, Cooper catching the ball, Cooper Earl's out there catching it, Adam Ingram, our 2 inside receivers positions, Cody Jacobs and Christian Resendez, and we've got other guys we put in there. We got a lot of weapons, and so it's not one of those things. Well, how are we going to move the ball? It's basically who's going to move the ball, and try and spread it around. We had other guys who had several catches, obviously with 20 receptions. We just spread it around. I think it was one of those kind of everybody had one at least, and that's great because now as a defensive coach, you got to look at it and say, what do I stop? Do I stop the run? Do I stop the pass? How do I stop this receiver? We ran, Tyler ran inside run, outside run, and so we're really multiple on offense, and I think that's. I think we're gonna take what you give us and just keep on taking until you try to stop that and then come back with something else. And I'm real proud of the effort. That's the big thing. Offensive line was blocking, was getting after it, and Tyler was sticking it in there and getting every yard he could and running his feet, and so I think offensively, we're just continuing to improve, continue to stay confident. Don't shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties or turnovers, and we're really good on offense, I think.
I think you are too. I want to tell you, I looked at your stats from both games, and not going backward into the first game, but both games I looked at your stats. Brad, what's it feel like being back there? Now, you played sophomore last year. You played the whole year, I watched you play last year. This year, is there a different confidence that I did this already? And what does it feel? What does it feel like having about 5 or 6 guys? Because I've seen stats with about 5 or 6 guys that you're able to look for on a night. And I tell you, when you go back there, Coach, that's a luxury when you can go back there and your defense, the opposition knows there's about 5 guys you could find with the ball. That can make for a nice night. That can make for a 20 out of 25. But tell me this year being on the field versus last year.
Last year was my first year. Kind of nervous. This year I'm more comfortable in the pocket and I trust my line. And now just my receivers. I just know when the ball's in their hands, they're going to make a play with it.
And you have so many weapons this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely so many weapons. Now, you're a junior also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you play last year?
I played JV.
You played JV last year. So what's it like being up on the varsity team this year?
I was a little nervous moving up, but I knew I could handle it and play my best for the team and do what I could. And after that first hit, I didn't think about it too much, and I just ran the ball.
Didn't think about it, ran the ball. Love that answer, man. I love that. I didn't think about it, just ran the ball. So that's that. Coach, a little bit before we get into our first break, we're talking to these offensive guys, but it was a 22-10. Great defensive night.
Yeah, we played good on defense. I think offensively, we moved the football, which gave us time to sit on the bench and catch our breath. And when we didn't score, we were punting it down deep and giving the ball to they had to now drive a long way. So field position played a lot in that. Defensively we played well. We didn't play I don't think we played to our best though. We played well. We tackled well. We made very few mental errors, which is great. We're minimizing those. But I think we can continue to get better and better and better and be a really strong defense, towards region play.
This is the last game this week before region play.
We have 2. Well,
we have 2 more?
2 more. We have this one with Armucci, and then we play Union, then we're open, then we start in region play. Right.
That's not a bad schedule, Coach.
Right.
That gives you that open right before region, right. And you get 2 or 3 games. You get a couple games under your belt.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That can help you. It's a plus to have the open week as far as injuries, but if you're playing good football and all of a sudden then you have a week off, you worry about you take a lull. So it's kind of one of those where it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. You just take them as they come and you play, and like Tyler was just saying, you don't think about it too much, you just play.
The last year, and we talked about this last week, but you need a couple games under your belt. How about missed assignments? Were you satisfied this week?
Yeah.
Are you still tight? Is that still tightening up?
We're really. I really feel the kids are grasping what we're wanting them to do, and our missed assignments are minimal. We have some. You're going to have some. When you got 60, 70 plays on offense and 60, 70 plays on defense, and there's 11 players. That's a lot of moving parts. And but I think we're minimizing our mental errors, and we're giving ourselves a chance to execute the play. Well,
for anyone there at home watching tonight, the reason I asked this, and I asked it if you watched last week, I asked it last week. This young team last year, Coach, we were talking missed assignments every week, and we were just that far. Team was just that far from the win, and it was boiling down a lot of times to missed assignments. Sure. So we were talking about it, and that's why I brought it up again this week, is because I know as far as a statistic that you're going in and looking at is missed assignments, narrowing that down puts the W. That'll
it gives you a chance. What it does, it gives you a chance to win, and if you're the better football team with the better players, you've got a chance of you should win.
Brad, Tyler, we're going to have a couple more guys in the second segment of our show. So before you guys leave and we go to our first break, Armucci, have you looked at any film? What are you looking at? What do you see there? What do you see there this week as far as traveling to Armucci? How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty good going in with a win. I still think we haven't proved who we really are yet. Haven't put up as much points as we want to on teams. Penalties hold us back. But I think this week we'll show who we are.
Are you using the Sky Coach? Are you using the technology?
Echo. Well, we're using what's called Echo.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it the same thing as what I'm hearing called Sky Coach?
Yeah.
Where you can immediately look at the.
We did week 2. We hadn't had it in place for week 1, and we got it in place for week 2, and we're using that with our coach in the box on defense and our offensive coaches.
They're using. Yeah, I've heard it called Sky Coach. I didn't know.
It just depends on the company.
But you can immediately look
Right.
at the replays.
Right.
Because as we all know, you can set up a defense for their offense, but to run off their offensive schemes against your defense throughout a week, it's really tough to mirror their. So this Sky Coach seems to be, or Echo, it seems to be a really great tool that's coming in handy.
Well, it's just another piece of technology. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where. It's if the other team has it and you don't, I think you're at a disadvantage. If neither of you had it, it's no big deal, and if both of you have it, it's no big deal. It's kind of canceled out because So I think it's one of those technologies where it's if you don't have it and they do, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. If you don't have it and they don't, it's no big deal. If you both have it, it kind of I think it really just cancels out because now you know what they're doing, they know what you're doing, and so it's now it cancels out, and now it goes back again to how well are you coaching the kids to make adjustments during that game.
You're not passing, and I say this, I know you guys know this before I say it, but you're not passing 20 for 25. You're not running 177 yards. You don't get the time to throw a ball like that, and you don't get the opportunity to run like that without that front line, and I know you guys know that. So, give them a shout out or something, or, pick on them or something, or tell them they're ugly or whatever, so they'll get mad at you. But, again, before we go, we try to get some offensive linemen in here throughout the season. Some of the guys that don't get some of the highlighted props. So, would you agree with what I said?
Yeah.
Huh? All right. What happens is when you make it to the NFL, you got to buy them Rolexes. I'm just preparing you. That's what you got to do, right? You have to. That's a story I always heard. Jim Kelly, right? The Buffalo Bills.
These guys got the money; they can buy them Rolos.
Right. Yeah, right now you
no
gotta
Rolexes,
you gotta go
Rolos.
get them a candy bar, okay, or something. All right. But seriously, I mean, whether it's true or not, I think it is. Jim Kelly used to for Christmas have a big dinner, Buffalo Bills before your time, okay, if you're not remembering.
Who's Jim Kelly?
Jim Kelly. He would have a big dinner for his offensive linemen, and they would all get new Rolexes for Christmas. So right now, just give them a candy bar or something. But always remember, guys, it's a pleasure sitting down with you. It's a joy, and these stats this week. Congratulations! I wish you well over at Armucci this week. You have a good team. I've enjoyed watching you. You have a very good team. And way to come back and get it out of the way and get the W. All right? Hey, this is BKP. We are live here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge with Rebel Wrap-Up. We're here with head coach Jim Pavao of Fannin County Rebels head coach Jim Pavao. We've been talking with quarterback Brad Davis of the Rebels and also running back Tyler Collis. Pepsi's providing our drinks tonight. Pizza Hut's providing our pizza. We're going to take a brief break. Stay with us, and we're going to get the offensive coordinator in here, Justin Pierce, and we're going to get Daniel Kinser and Jack Roper in here for our second segment. So we'll be back right after these.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
El Rey and Elijah.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Elijah.
Let it ride during the Lucky 7 sales event at Lifetime Kia. Come try your luck in the Money Machine. Yes, come take a test drive and you get a chance to grab for cash in the Money Machine. Plus, shop big-time savings on every vehicle in stock. And remember, Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Lifetime Kia will extend that warranty for as long as you own it. Come try your luck in the Money Machine and experience the savings at Lifetime Kia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Only one thing beats a day's price on a new Chevy. It's our pre-owned price. Now at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. Save thousands off original MSRP on the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in the North Georgia mountains. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even luxury vehicles. Many with factory warranty. And all thousands below new car prices. We can even help rebuild your credit. Save thousands today at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. The North Georgia mountains big volume, low price leader.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Roper's with us here for this second segment. Guys, welcome in. We're talking about this. I'm going to ask you some of the same questions I asked some of the young men in the first segment, because I think you got a couple wins Friday night. You got a win last week, getting over a loss. So tell me a little bit about showing up Monday, knowing you had to get over a tough loss, and you had to get mentally and physically ready to get the W that you did? Because I think you got 2 wins Friday night in my mind, if you understand where I'm coming from. So what was practice like last week and staying focused?
Personally, for me, coming from the Gilmer loss, it wasn't complete disappointment. I seen what kind of potential we had as a team to play, and I knew with a good game we could come in the next week or for the rest of the season. And I was just seeing our potential, even though we came up with a tough loss. I've seen our potential as a team, and it makes us want to work harder, obviously. But I mean, that's really all I have to say about that.
I can understand. And you?
I just think we did a good job of just getting over it and not letting them beat us the next week.
I like that. Okay, the reason I asked you and I asked the guys earlier is because, in your high school and you have a tough rivalry loss and you got to come back Monday morning and that's got to go back here and you got to go forward. Getting the W speaks great volume. So, Jack, you had six catches for 39 yards and a TD. How's it receiving the ball? Tell me a little bit about. I talked to Brad earlier. He's a sophomore throwing the ball last year.
Running back.
Huh?
Carries.
He's
got 6 carries.
6 carries, 39 yards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
You're good. No
Okay.
big deal.
6 carries. Did you catch the ball, Lenny?
Nope. Not this
Sorry.
game.
Well, let's change the whole direction. I thought you had 6. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you out there, I can't read the thing. I don't have my glasses. So if you're out there wondering what's going on, that's the problem. All right. Rewind. Okay. All right, let's go a different direction. You had 6 carries for 39 yards and 1 touchdown. You guys had a big offensive night on the ground. What was that like the other night?
It was exciting to see. I mean, Tyler Jones is injured right now, and just to know that we've got younger guys and then we've got good depth on our offensive line that comes out and really shuts them, just drives them to the ground every play. It was exciting to see, and it's definitely awesome as a running back to see the holes and know you got 5 yards right off the bat. It's
right off the bat.
Yeah.
You got in for a touchdown.
Yep.
Got in for a touchdown. And you had, Daniel, you had 4 tackles, 5 assists, 1 sack, and 3 hurry-ups. You rushed rushed the quarterback out of the pocket. You had 3 hurry-ups. You guys had a good defensive night. How good did the whole team, how good did you guys feel?
Well, we just shut them down. I mean, they ain't gonna move the ball on us. They drove it on us some, but we got to be a bend and don't break defense. You don't want them to score, and that's what it's all about. It don't matter how many yards they get on you. It's just about them scoring, keep them scoring.
Coach, everybody's gonna asking me this. Jarrett Petty, right? Is that the young man's name? We know he had a leg injury.
Right.
Can you give us an update on where he's at?
Yeah, he injured his leg. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Right now, he's going through therapy, and we're just kind of day by day, and see what happens, and hopefully he'll be recovered and back playing, soon. I don't know the length it's going to be. I'm not. We're just going to take it day by day and see what the trainers and the doctors tell us. I know he's going to do everything he can to rehab and recover and then be able to jump back there as soon as he feels and the doctors feels he's ready to play.
Well, right now it doesn't look like a season-ending injury.
I don't think so. I mean, but again, we're just going to take it day by day, and it's kind of one of those things where I'm not going to try to play doctor or give too false hope or be negative. It's just kind of let's see what the doctors say and let's go through therapy and then see what he can and can't do.
Okay, you've been coaching for several years. That's football. Things like that happen. You got to be prepared for adjustments. He is a middle linebacker.
Right.
Guy by the name of Pavao, I think is his name, if I remember. He slid up there in the middle.
Well, what we did is we took Hunter Gray, who's a
Okay.
9th grader, and we moved him into Mike linebacker, and of course, early in the week we moved Jack from safety to Will linebacker. So Jack played the whole game at Will linebacker and had 9 tackles and 9 assists and a sack, and he was just all over the place. So, I mean, in that you're not going to replace Jared.
Right.
You're basically what you do is you put a guy in there, you tell him to play your game and just be focused and do the best you can. And then what you do is you ask guys like Jack and Daniel and other guys around him to pick their game up.
Right.
And one guy's not going to replace a level of player that Jared is. It's got to be one of those things where, hey, everybody's got to raise their game to equal out the loss that we had. And I think they did. I mean, in the first half we gave up 7, in the second half we gave up 3. And
Exactly.
Jared got hurt on the first play of the second half. So, we didn't have him the whole second half. So it's kind of one of those where, you don't ask a guy to go in there and do things he can't do. You just ask him do your game, play within your skill set, be physical, play aggressive, and then you get the other guys around them to say, you got to pick your game up, and help this young guy out.
Daniel, like he said, Jarrett got hurt. Petty got hurt the first play or right in the beginning of the third quarter. Is that what you guys seen out there, that you guys just had to pick up your play and make it happen?
Well, we knew. I mean, it's Jared. He's the best player on our team. We got to replace him somehow, and we just got to pick up our game. A freshman ain't going to come in there and do the things that Jared does. We just got to, as a team, put more effort in and make more plays.
Was that so in that second half you only gave up 3? So that's basically what you guys came to a determination right then. Is guys, we got to pick it up and we got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, in the first segment we were talking about the offense. Tell us a little bit about practice last week, getting these guys ready, and turning it into a big offensive night over there in Murray on the offense. Brad went 20 for 25. What did you do? You hit 6 guys?
We hit 7 guys, 7 different receivers.
7 receivers.
Coach Pavao did a great job of just basically preaching, don't let them beat you twice. That's what we did, and I believe all the players had that mindset. So they came out focused up, and going into the game, Brad did. He had a really efficient night, being 20 to 25. You're not going to see that all the time. And then Tyler Collis did a great job running the ball. But we left some points out there, so we've kind of been talking this week is to finish. Finish the game, play the whole 4 quarters, and finish it. I'm excited to see if we can do that Friday night.
How about your offensive line? You get into the second game, guys like that start coming together. They start coming together in that second, third game. Talk a little bit about the offensive line. You're over 200 and some yards on the ground. You just got 177 with Tyler on the ground and Jack with 39, so you're over 200 right there. So talk a little bit about the front line.
We've always, we felt like going into the year that they were going to be a strength of the offense. I mean, we felt like we had some kids up there that could do some really good things, and they are. After the first week, like I said, I think the first live game, kind of bullets flying, they were, a little bit of head spinning around, and this week I think they were really focused, and I think they wanted to prove to everybody how good they were. So they did. They had a good week, and they're progressing. And getting better every week, and you can't say enough about your big guys up front.
Tell me a little bit, because we're about out of time. Armucci, what have you seen this week in looking at film and preparing for them on their defense? What have you seen on the defensive side you got to get these guys ready for Friday night?
I think they're definitely a solid defense. They base out of the 3-4. They do a lot of blitzes, do a lot of things to try to confuse you, and have got some good athletes over there on defense. So they do a really good job. Coach over there was actually the defensive coordinator at a school that I used to play against at another school, so I'm kind of familiar with them a little bit. But they do a really good job, I feel like, on defense. So we're going to have to come out and play Friday.
Coach, let's end up with on the offensive side. What are you working with on defense? What do you see them on the offensive side that you've had to look at on defense?
They're a spread team, up tempo, no huddle. They got a nice quarterback. He runs football well. He throws pretty good. They've got some skilled kids on the outside. A nice offensive line, decent at the running back position. They do some things, try to spread you out and throw a lot of screens, and so we're going to have to sprint out, and move the pocket and throw the football. So we're just going to have to line up, get lined up, play fast, play aggressive. And pressure that quarterback, put him in situations that where he's not really sure what's happening. So I think that's where we're at. We've obviously take away the run, put them in a situation we know they've got to throw, and then we can kind of dictate the what's going on.
Junior or senior?
Senior.
That's what I thought. Senior?
Senior.
Both of you seniors. Last year, your junior year, you're stepping up senior, second year under coach. We're going to close with this. You guys. Coach comes in last year. You guys start doing some things you have never done before. Okay, playing football. How is it this year now after running the program last year? How is it different this year, and how well adjusted are you with what he brought in last year?
I mean, at this point, from this year than we were last year, we're 2 steps ahead of where we were 3 steps. I mean, it's just a complete different ball game. We got so much more stuff to put in. It's a different ball game for sure on defensively and offensively for sure too. It's just we're way ahead of where we were last year, and it's a lot easier coming in and knowing what you're doing instead of having to learn a whole new.
You're not going into game 3 trying to figure this out.
Exactly.
And you?
Yeah, we just play with a little bit more edge and confidence, knowing that we were comfortable in this system compared to last year.
That is a good way to end, comfortable in the system compared to last year. And you know what? I see that in your team, and I wish you guys well Friday night, okay? Have a safe trip over to Rome. It's a long ride over there, but over to Rome, it's just like you can't get there from here. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like one of those trips you take is like, well, how do you get to Rome? But, okay. Hey, this is, we want to thank you for being with us. It's Wednesday night. Remember, if it's Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, it's time for Rebel Wrap-Up here live at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. I want to thank Pizza Hut for providing pizza for our coaches and our players. Also, thank Pepsi for our drinks. I want to thank head coach Jim Pavao, offensive coordinator Justin Pierce, running back Tyler Collis, quarterback Brad Davis. Also, we want to thank Jack Roper, Daniel Kinser for being here tonight with us. Now, they travel over, the Rebels, if you can do it, travel over with them. They need you in the stands. They travel over to Armucci, almost Rome, Friday night. So travel over there and support the team. That'll be 7:30 to kickoff. And let me tell you something before we leave here. Team FYN Sports, don't forget that. I'm BKP, Team FYN Sports. Team FYN Sports is always dedicated to highlighting and promoting these young athletes in a positive way. We'll be back next week. We wish these guys luck Friday night. We're out.